Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 43 of the TEW 2020 Pro Wrestling Noah series here on the channel. As we are officially 5 years into the save, I can't believe it. What a milestone we hit as for this special Friday edition of the series here. And it's crazy to think, we're almost a year of in real life time as far as we are coming up on the 1 year anniversary of when the series started. It's pretty wild. As for this episode, because it's a major milestone, I think we're gonna go through a lot of the roster, not only just what we have done, but also what the world is looking like as 5 years into the save. So we'll start with our roster, just because I think it'll be a lot easier. I know a lot of people were kind of curious to see who's kind of like our top as far as like popularity wise stars. So Chris Heroes at 81. At times, I want to say he was close to the mid 80s. Nope, he's been at 81 since December. So that's interesting. Go Shizaki. That's pretty cool that he's still low to high. I guess not even low to high, just low 80s here, and he's been that way since about March. What a jump though from November to June. Just from going, it looks like it was going to go the other side of things, going into like the mid 60s, but jumped up into the 80s. As Geto Shibata, he's almost at the 85 plus range. Definitely, he's the most popular guy we have right now, as so far that we have seen. So a couple of big time wins, especially with him now being the tag champs with Kenta. I think that's going to be really important for him. Okada, GC Heavyweight Champion, he is at 83 plus 82 in some places. As he is, I mean, you could kind of see around June we started really getting, as far as people started hitting like another level of things, which is nice to see there. And well, not June, January rather. As then we have Keshimo at the 80s. So that's, we got top 5 guys here basically. It's nice that out of the 5 guys, 3 of them, we got the heavyweight champ, we got a tag champion, and now a GC Openweight 6-man tag team champion, which is the former tag champ in Chris Hero as well. But I'm sure Morishima's dropped a little bit. Oh no, he's been pretty much the same as well, just progressively getting better. It's nice to see, as I'm curious to see who's kind of on the fringe here. So Claudio's at 77, Daisuke's at 71. Kensuke, he's dropped, I know that much. Because he was pretty, he was kind of on the fringe of the 80s at one point. So that's a good job for Kensuke. Kenta, he's someone that's obviously dropped compared to, thought he'd at least be even higher. Obviously, when we kind of first started, when he went on that year-long run as champ, that really, I think, pushed him in a whole nother gear as far as that goes. So that's interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how his skills are looking. As far as, he's still improving. It's nice to see. I mean, he's only 34. So that's not bad at all. Devitt, as he's in the mid-70s. Yeah, that's been about the same, basically, since December. Go to Bushi's at the mid-70 point. Masato Yoshino into the low 70s. Marufuji, I'd love to see him back into the 80 plus range. If we can get him there, I think we will. Should be Sonata, who's done really, really well for himself. He's been improving, seemingly. Doesn't seem like he's improved a whole lot, but he really has as far as over time. Some of his ratings for sure. Looks like that's basically been the same. Yeah, that's interesting. Psychology's now, at least in the good part of the psychology. That's nice. And then Tetsuya Naito, who is now below 80s. I'm sure when he was when he was heavyweight champ. Actually, that was after his run. He dropped down from 80 to 78. And Tomarishi making it into the 70 mark. Just nice to see there. He's been stayed at 70 the entire year from June of 14 to June of 2015. It's wild. Wild, wild, wild. As I will, we'll take a look at the top 100. So as far as obviously the best event was the Global League Day 20 in December of 2014. We had a couple of December seems to be obviously when we first did like the Global League. That's a normal event that went really well, and that Great Voyage Show to end out the year last year. So a very good show. The Great Voyage Show in Nagoya that we just ran a couple of episodes ago. After the Tag League did very well. This Navigation of the Bree Show in 2013 is still in the top 10, which is cool to see. We'll have to take a look at some of those shows. So we'll take a look at the Great Voyage. So this main event was Okada and Marufuji for the Global League. As far as it was a 95. Strong Big Japan after 7, 88. Golden Lovers and the Junior Kings was a very good match. And Harada beating Kushida too. That's a pretty good match. Obviously, worst thing on the card was the 76 as far as the pre-show stuff, and then the worst thing on the main card was 79. So Global League Day 20, which was the Kings of Wrestling matchup in the main, which Claudio had a hell of a year. You'll kind of see as far as during the top segments here. So I actually want to look at as far as that 2013 Navigation with Bree show. The 2-year anniversary of this show. Yeah, there's Kings of Wrestling and Go and Marufuji, then Kenta and Shibata. That's a very good main and co-main. And Diamond Ring, Strongweight Japan, just before that. Red Dragon Anti-No Mercy Union matchup. That Kushida Devitt match, I mean, that's like a 90 match now. The Zack Taguchi match is pretty fun. 6-man matchup, that's back when we still had Hanma. As a Laughter 7 matchup of Sakuraba and Cashin against, I'm trying to think if that was No Mercy at that time, or is that Suzuki-gun. I want to say that was still No Mercy. It's crazy Ishii was on the pre-show against Keith Walker. What a difference a couple of years makes. It's great. I'm just curious how many shows we've ran. I'm sure it's close to the 400 mark. Yep, 381. Pretty close. Wow. Whole lot of shows. Yeah, that's, man, our first ever show. It's wild. We had nothing above a 60. I remember, obviously, anytime you start off, it takes a little bit to get into the swing of things. Like a Kenta Go match was a 70. 71 for Low-Key and Tiger Mask. Yeah, Low-Key was a highlight of the series for a while during the early stages. Man, nothing that was a 70 plus on this Great Voyage show. Marufuji Junaki, a fun little match. And then Kings Wrestling against Kobashi and Go. It's just crazy to think how we were strapping the belts to Kings of Wrestling, and that really has paid off in such a big, big way. Just kind of look at the end of the year, see how much we improved just from June to, we were getting like 70s at the end of the year. So just in around 50 shows, we saw some improvement. Just a nice little spot, even just at 20 shows in. That's Great Voyage show. With the Kenta Go rematch and the Kensuke Takayama match and more Shima and Claudio. Yeah, some good stuff there. The old Shiny Navigation show with Kenta and Goto. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to go down memory lane a little bit, as I am curious as far as the matches here. So yeah, Claudio and Go, and Claudio versus Hero, plus the Kings of Wrestling versus Soya and Sonata. So Claudio and Hero are involved in, out of the top 3, involved in, 2 of them. And for Claudio, he's involved in all of them. And even then, if you look at the top 5, Claudio's involved in 4 out of the 5. Which is pretty remarkable. And then if you even go into the top 10, looks like Claudio's involved in a majority of them. It's around 7, I want to say. Because look, yeah, he's not involved in this one or this one. Well, actually, no, he's involved in 6 of them. But Okada's involved in a good bit of them. That's nice to see. Go's involved in a good bit of them. That's also cool to see. Yeah, as far as, I'm sure our top 100 is probably... Wow, I thought it was going to be stopped at 90, but it stops at 89, so that's cool to see. how many, like, 95 plus matches I'm sure we've had? I'm going to guess. Oh, let's guess if we'd have more than 50. Well, we've had only 16. Feels like that'd be more. Highest attendance was the Great Voyage in Tokyo show back in March, which had 63,000 on hand. Jesus Christ. As far as our viewership, we've had a 2.12 for the Great Voyage in Tokyo show a couple of years back. That's cool to see. And that was, weirdly enough, though, that wasn't the highest viewership, though. So the highest viewers we've had is around 6 million. Just over the 6 million mark. That was back in April during the, looks like the beginning and the end of the Global Tag Leagues. That's fun. That would make sense. Cool. We'll take a look at the title history a little bit. So, back when we first started, our heavyweight champion was Sugiura. Of course, we dropped the belt very quickly from Sugiura to Kenta. Obviously, Sugiura had the belt for almost 2 years at that point. Kenta's long year run. Shibata beats him. Then Hiro gets the belt for a cup of coffee. Then Minoru Suzuki also has the belt for a cup of coffee. We kind of traded the belt back and forth on to Go for his second run. And which Go, when he came back after his injury, of course he was a little rocky there for a little bit, but he got back into the swing of things and started becoming really, really good towards the end of his run. And then Marufuji beat him. Marufuji had the belt for a little bit. Then Naito had the belt for almost a year, as he dropped the belt, of course, back in January to Okada, where we're at now. He's had the belt for over 100 days. It's the GHC Number Openweight title. I'll just jump over to his. Obviously, something we created during the save. So far, 5 champions. Ishii's got the most defenses as of right now. And 150 days as champ. Going pretty well so far. Junior heavyweight title. This was, I want to say, yeah, it looks like Kotaro Suzuki was the champ at the start of the mod. Then we had the Key, then the Ishimori, then Devitt, to Taguchi, the Zack, Kushida, Ibushi, Daisuke Rada, and Kyle O'Reilly, now Kenny Omega, which is a pretty crazy run. That from this entire time, we haven't had a multiple time champion. It's always been like a first time champion, which is interesting. And we've seen some guys kind of elevate out of the junior division, like Devitt and Ibushi, to as far as from that perspective. Obviously, Key's gone, but everybody has pretty much stayed in the company though, besides Key, which is nice to see. Of course, with Sugiura, as far as talking about him, he was gone for a little bit in Dream. So the junior tag team titles, which Kenta and Kanemaru were the champs when the mod started, and we had them vacated because it was like, well, Kenta's going to be heavyweight. Shida and Shelly won them, and Kotaro Suzuki and Atsushi Aoki. Kushida didn't catch him. What a terrible team that was. She would quickly drop the belts back to, and this time to Key and Kanemaru of No Mercy. Then Speed Muscle, which we loaned them, so they only had the belt, and that was the first time someone had a multiple run with the belt, which you're going to see again. Then they became a 3-time champion later on, 2 years later, after we brought them back. It's Apollo 55, Red Dragon, the Junior Kings, Kushida and Taguchi, Speed Muscle, Golden Lovers, Live Strong Die Hard, and now Speed Muscle for the 4th time, which is crazy. They've had the belts 4 times, and now this is definitely their longest run with the belts, weirdly enough. It's only been a month, a little over a month. They've had 1 defense as well, which is the first time that's happened during the save. Of course, another belt that we created, GHC Openweight 6-man tag team titles, which of course we don't need to really recap that. Tag team belts, we kind of skimmed over it back when we had Takuma Sano and Yoshiro Takayama when we started with the mod, and quickly gave the belts to Kings of Wrestling. Had a hell of a run with the belts. Then the Kenta and Takayama, Muscle Bombers, which I don't think they were called the Muscle Bombers back then. They might have been, though. It's nice. Yeah, it's crazy. They only had 1 run with the belts, and it was 3 years ago now. Kings Wrestling for the 2nd time, then Diamond Ring. Kings Wrestling for the 3rd time. Strong Big Japan. Okada and Ishii, which what a team that was. Crazy, they only had the belt for like a week. And then Kings Wrestling for the 4th time. After 7 of Shibata and Sakuraba. Daisuke and Ishikawa, which is... obviously, that was Strong Big Japan's 2nd time, actually, but then, Yuji Kobayashi got hurt. and Goa Marufuji, which that was a fun little run. It was short-lived, but fun little run. And now, obviously, after 7 of Shibata and Kenta. So the Junior League, I didn't even think to look at the prestige of some of these. You can see that it's jumped a little bit over time with the heavyweight title. The Emerald Openweight titles jumped like 3 points. Hasn't really changed in a while. The junior division is going to have probably changed. God, I can only imagine. Compared to, for it's at 54 now, I can only imagine how it's been in a couple of years. Same thing with the junior heavyweight tag team titles. I think that started at like 65. Oh, didn't mean to hit the defenses. 66 there, though. It's the 56. That's crazy. The tag team titles are one of the least prestigious things we have. After, what this division has done, we'll just look at the defenses. Seldom does, for the majority, since 2012, since the anniversary show, it's been mostly blue, besides that Bob Sapp, Bobby Lashley catastrophe match. Other than that, it's been pretty awesome. But the leagues now, the first league that we booked, Nakajima won, and Devitt, and Kyle O'Reilly, and Kushida now. We'll see what happens in the next, as far as tour. As far as, in the most of the junior leagues, besides the first one, obviously, that was 65, they've been in the 80, 79 range. Well, actually, that's, the junior tag league's coming up. There's a couple of shows down the road, but the junior tag league, which you see is an 84. Really, really good. Obviously, with the Golden Lovers, the Junior King, Speed Muscle, Kushida, and Shelley, which was a fun little team. And this mod's kind of weird in the fact of you'll see when we look at some of the other stuff going on in the mod, how some of the other companies, like the way this guy did this mod, he added the title history, like as far as like present day. So when this mod was created, which was a couple of years ago, so like most of the titles that we're gonna kind of look through, some of them have achievement histories to before the mod, even after 2015, 2016, which makes no sense. So that's why that's there. That's obviously the real one, but we had different plans with Kushida and Shelley, so it just sucks that I can't edit this on the fly to get rid of them, but it is what it is. And in the Global League, which Takayama was the first Global League winner. That was obviously before the mod, which was on 91. I forgot to look at so we had a 65 the first time. Time Splitters, Key and Zach. Then Speed Muscle, Low Key, and Kanemaru. So Low Key, the only guy to him and Kushida are the only guys, and Speed Muscle as far as so they're the only team as far as to be in there twice. But Kushida and Key have been to the finals twice. Interesting, but. Yeah, it's to go from a 65 to an 87 in 4 years, pretty nuts. I'm assuming the prestige is, from 79 to 84. I'm sure at one point it was like a 65 when we started. The Global League, 91, like we talked about, but first one was Morishima, and then Hiro, Marufuji, Okada. We kind of talked about how we had a bit of a trend here that started with the Hiro Kenta match, where the winner of the previous year would be the loser of the final. So it went from Hiro to Kenta, to Marufuji to Hiro, then to Okada to Marufuji. So with that, by that logic, Okada will be in the finals, losing to the eventual winner. But yeah, obviously this is pretty crazy now that we jumped from an 83 to a 91. Just as far as comparing this, the Global League and the Global Tag League are at 91. WWE titles, 99. The World Heavyweight titles in 97. Money in the Bank's 96, so the IWGP Heavyweight title is the same. Sucks that the Heavyweight title's a 78. I'm assuming it started off pretty low, if that's the case. Because he's throwing a lot of big-time matches out there for that Heavyweight title. It should be at least close to up around here. That's the way she goes, though. And then the Global Tag, of course, we just saw that was a 91 as a Saito and Jun Akiyama, so we didn't get to book this until we were a year into the mod. But Kenta and Akiyama were the first, as far as champions of the Global Tag League, then King's Wrestling, Strong Big Japan, and then Kenta Shibata, of course. Which, it's kind of weird that the Strong Big Japan Muscle Bombers match is the worst match on here, since it was the third match that we ever did, as far as 3 years into the save, and I don't know what happened there, but interesting. Maybe an injury happened or something, I'm assuming. But yeah, jumped also from 83 to 91. That is wild. Yeah, about 20 minutes. Yeah, we're good to look at some of the other stuff going on in the world. As we'll look at the WWE first. So, as far as WWE right now, yeah, here's you can see that it's got like Money in the Bank stuff from 2020 all the way to 2014. Just a real mess. I definitely recommend people that do mods not do this, because now it's all fucked. It's funny that Punk won the Money in the Bank 3 years in a row. Brian just won it last year, and I'm sure we'll see who wins it next month. The Rumble, weirdly enough, I tried to look to see as far as it looks like, as far as they did not do it 2014 unless Batista did it again. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why. I'm going to have to look at this to see why they didn't do a Rumble in 2014. Also, just kind of, Cena won it back. Technically back to back, I guess. It's just weird. The WWE title, Punk has won it 3 times. Him and Bryan have traded it back and forth since August 2013. Triple H got a run in there, and then Jericho's last run was October 2012 to January 2013. Orton had his 7th run, and then Jericho, Cena, Christian, which was wild, and John Cena, of course, was the champ at the start of the mod. So, yeah, just if you look at basically from Jericho onward, it's been Jericho, Orton, Triple H, Bryan, and Punk. So it's kind of wild that, the WWE champion for 5 years has been just 5 different champions. It's the Divas belt still. It's Gail Kim is the champ. Maxine was a 2-time champ. Rosa Mendez is a 3-time champ. Maurice is a 5-time champ. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, a couple of interesting matches there as far as they're in like the 80 plus range. Yeah. Ooh, Brie Bella is the champ to start off. Curious. So with it being a 99, yeah, I'm sure it's just nothing but 99s and 100s. What a joke. Except for this 80. Oh my, Orton and Khali. Oof. Yeah, no wonder. Literally the only outlier. Intercontinental title is owned James Storm. Yeah, WWE now, you could see, like, they've had Eric Young as Intercontinental champ, Mason Rhymes as Intercontinental champ, Jinder Mahal. Looks like, as Sin Cara now, but, the evil Sin Cara is a 3-time Intercontinental champ. They brought back Kennedy, it looks like, in 2012, and he's been a 3-time Intercontinental champion. Alex Riley was once an Intercontinental champion. Interesting. As far as, yeah, they've obviously gotten some good matches throughout their time, as, Santino Morella and Alex Riley with an 86. Don't know how I feel about all that. Yeah, obviously Bryan and Ziggler. Makes sense. Yeah, Bryan and Ziggler. Makes sense. To be, very, very good. The U.S. title. Oh, why is there multiple Rumbles? That's weird. So that's why. Odd. As U.S. champion Alex Shelley right now. He's just won the belt from Triple H. It's wild. Hunter went to get multiple time U.S. champ. Oh my god. Great Khali U.S. title run. Orton for the U.S. That's wild. Randy Orton being a multiple-time U.S. champion was not ready for that. Wow, Rey Mysterio Sin Cara, getting a U.S. title match, that'd be nice. And it looks like that was, that's Caristico. So that'd probably be pretty good. Yeah, going from Orton to Ziggler to Hunter to Santino Morella, then Orton. Bubba, Triple H, then Shelley. Yeah, 4-way there. I don't know why Triple H is not involved. Huh, in that. Oh, there we go, that's why. Because that was a defense, I'm an idiot. I'm assuming he beat Ted for that at Over the Limit. Triple H winning a U.S. title at a WrestleMania in a triple threat with Sin Cara and Bubba Ray Dudley. Did not see that one coming. Johnny Curtis for the Rumble as a DQ. Orton and Kennedy in a ladder match on Raw for the U.S. title was a 98. Ziggler and Joe, yeah, 98. Yeah, of course, Ziggler and, yeah, fucking Dolph. Killing it. So there was a while, I mean, there was like a couple of outliers here, like the Sin Cara, Christian, Barrett, Mysterio match, but most of the time it was like mid-80s. Then once it got over the hump here in a couple of years, it just started getting outrageous. Besides this Raw, I got a 79. And Jericho's so my God, Jericho's had the belt 7 times. I'm assuming, and out of the majority of, or at least 4 of those have happened during the mod. As, man, that's crazy. So, yeah, it started with Punk, and Cena, back to Punk, then Bubba Ray, Cena, and then Jericho and Cena have traded it for a good solid year. Actually 2 years, till Joe won, and then immediately dropped the belt back to Jericho. That's tough. Yeah, just Jericho and Cena, and Jericho and Joe matches. Like, this is why I hate the AI in TEW. You can't have Jericho versus Samoa Joe from February to April for the title. Like, you just, why? 4 title matches from February to April? That's crazy. Yeah, that shouldn't have been a thing. This is the same triple threat from October to November. I hate the AI booking. It's so bad. So bad. And the tag team titles, oh, it's Miz show. So it looks like they've kind of kept somewhat of the same tag team. I do like this Ted DiBiase, Alex Riley teaming. It's a fun little team. Sheamus, Bubba Ray Dudley, the third Dudley. Well, not the third Dudley. One of the Irish Dudley. Sheamus as fucking Air Boom. Multiple time tag team champs. Same thing with Miz show. 5-time tag team champions. Triple H and Sheamus, the workout buddies. Swagger and Kid. It's interesting. It's just Claudio's partners. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, WWE. Just, I'm assuming their, like, popularity is, like, crazy. Oh, Shelly. Huh. I figured, I'm about to say, yeah, Cena's is crazy. Yeah, that's wild. Boy. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I mean, that is nuts. Is nuts. As far as that goes. Take a look and see what the top line. So they've had one 100 show. I'm surprised it hasn't been more of a SmackDown last year. So while the top 2 shows are Raw and SmackDown. Looks like that WrestleMania did pretty well. WrestleMania 30 was a 97. Oh my, 112,000 people for a Vengeance. Imagine 100,000 people showing up to a Capital Punishment card. Jesus, what a timeline. Mania's doing well. Yeah, if SmackDown's doing 8.2s and 8.5s, we're in big trouble. As far as wrestling is cool again, if that would be the case. 6 million people tuning in to SmackDown, yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah, multiple 100 matches. They've had 2,700s. A Brian Shelley match, then with a DQ got 100. I'm seeing a lot of Brians, seeing a lot of Jerichos, a lot of Zigglers. Yeah, I mean, just if any of those top 4 guys are getting in a match, like it's gonna be 100 at that rate for sure. $604 million. We thought we had a lot. Jesus. So TNA there for a hot minute, we were kind of talking about how like they had signed Brock and they were doing a couple of big things. They seem to have cooled off a little bit as far as yeah, I mean AJ's still he's doing pretty well as far as popularity wise though. He's mid 80s. It's not bad at all. Fucking cursed timeline. Cursed timeline. Yeah, Brock. It's crazy. I mean, it's just wild to think that he's had all these title matches. He started off losing 3 in a row. Then he finally beat Bobby Roode, had the run. Which at least they booked him for a while, but he's only had like one run with the belt. You'd think he'd have multiple, with it being Brock Lesnar. Doug Williams being in the as a major star, that's pretty funny. What a blessed timeline. So the British Invasion just got over as shit. Yeah, Doug Williams, 89. Hell yeah. Yeah, they got the Pirates of Kali, Abyss, and Rey Mysterio Jr. What a cursed timeline that is. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Kazarian. Ric Flair. I'm surprised they haven't retired. I'm surprised he didn't come back out of retire. Stank 56, obviously still going. Yeah, we didn't even look at really like the stables of WWE. We'll look at the stables for TNA though. What a cursed timeline. Mexican America and the Pirates, which is now Sabin, Rey Mysterio Jr., and the Great Khali. Jesus Christ. They just, looks like they got Tyrone Evans. Matt Hardy left. See what their top 100 is. So they haven't had a show that's above a 90. It's wild that they start off pretty well, though. Like, their No Surrender show was an 88, and this Impact was an 89, and that was, right, relatively at the start of the mod. Fortune and Immortal. A cage match, yeah, that was on that. I got a 97. Yeah, I mean, just anything with AJ Styles there. Yeah, obviously doing a Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, TNA Sacrifice main event would do pretty well. Boy, yeah, Matt Hardy, Eric Young match. This has no business being a 93. No business. Yeah, the Angle and Joe match again. Jesus. I love how Jeff Jarrett and Matt Hardy teaming up in Immortal. And of course, Brock and Brian Kendrick as the Round Table. Yikes. Which that looks like a tip. Disbanded the Round Table, unless it's just a tag team. Crimson and Steiner. Sweet Pain. Mark Haskins and Tyrone Evans. the Wiccans. And then TNA Security still going strong of Gunner and Murphy. Oof. So Rob Terry left TNA. Interesting. Trying to think what else we could look at here. Oh, I guess New Japan. It's a good shout. See what they're up to. Oh, well, we didn't look through TNA's champions. I guess we could have done that. It's their knockout tag team champs. Jillian Hall and Daisy Hayes. That's a sick team, though. Beth Phoenix and Ayako Hamada. Zeta and Sarita trade the belts. Then Mercedes Martinez and Yumi Girar. I love how sometimes they'll just throw a Joshi with a American talent. Madison Rain and Velvet Sky. Tess Mocker and Tara. And then Angelina Love and Winter. That was before the mod, though. Jigsaw, Unmasked Jigsaw is the television champ. Mark Briscoe television title run. Rob Terry being a 4-time television champ. He had nothing been above a 70. That's pretty accurate. Oh no, wow, literally the first Slammiversary. Literally, probably one of the first shows was literally the best television match ever. Huh. Cursed timeline, though. Jigsaw having 5 defenses, though, in 52 days is pretty nuts. Tracy Brooks is the knockouts woman. 3-time knockouts champ. And Beth only had the belt 1 time. Oof. Kendrick and Austin Aries trading belts. Sting was the heavyweight champ. Looks like he had 2 runs with it during the mod. Yeah, just oof. Oof. Take a look at some of these title matches. Yeah, Aries and AJ. Which, if Aries was in the POS, that is a good match. Lesnar and AJ, of course, being the best title match. Makes sense. And then the Angle Joe match. Then, wow, so the Brock Angle match wasn't even a title match at Sacrifice. Unless I missed it. Huh. Interesting. And then Angle and Sabin. It's the real Motor City Machine Guns. 9 defenses, goddamn. In 143 days, that's crazy. Yeah, it looks like the Hardys were tag champs a couple of times. Magnus and Doug Williams, of course, British Invasion, Kendrick and Aries. Let's see if there's any. I don't know. I'm surprised. I figure there might be one match that's like 85 plus. But it was not. And in the X Division, Key. That's right, I forgot TNA signed Low Key. I thought the WWE did, but no, it's TNA. Which, I mean, good for them to still have him, but I feel like they've kind of wasted him after what we were doing with him. Crimson was the X Division champ. Mark Briscoe and Mark Haskins. Sabin got 3 runs with the belt during the mod. The Pope. Daniels. It sucks because I remember this Abyss X Division title run. They just kind of waited too long to do this with Abyss because they did this like in the mid-2000s to kind of like give it like that really X factor of like during like when Joe was like, man, like a Joe Abyss like X Division match to really push it that there's not like a weight limit. It's like a no limit type of thing. Oh my god, cursed timeline here. I mean, I have a lot of fond memories of like this kind of era of TNA, but man, 2007, 2008 TNA does not look too great. Obviously, this is the meat and potatoes though, like the mid 2000s of it, like 04 to 07 is kind of the sweet spot, and it just kind of goes downhill, and then into the next decade, it's just a absolute dumpster fire. But yeah, we'll go through New Japan real quick because now we're about 40 minutes in. But it's been fun to kind of look at all this, even though a lot of it's a bunch of horse shit. Best Super Juniors, Suzumu Yakuzuka, Billy Kid, Ultimate Dragon, and Tiger Mask. Interesting. None of the match has been above an 80. I love how Sakuraba has been in one. What a cursed timeline that is. Sakuraba's a junior. Tanahashi. Of course, it's all fucked up. All this, it looks like. Oh, no, it's never mind. I thought it was all fucked up, but no, it's fine. But Tanahashi, only a 2-time G1 winner. Liger winning it. Kojima going back-to-back. And then Tenzan getting it randomly in 2013. It's wild. How was that match? Yeah, 73 against Billy Kincaid. How? Why New Japan? Why? Yeah, obviously Tanahashi just being involved in that match to make that really, really good. They still call it the G1 Tag League. That's interesting. Oh, Suzumu Yakuzuka. He's had a hell of a year. 2014 looks like. And then Yujiro Takahashi. Liger and Tanahashi, though. That's pretty sick. And Liger and Kojima. It's also pretty sick. Yeah, Liger Tanahashi, like, Dream Team. That's pretty cool. Again, with Billy Kid into Jerry. Yeah. Tanahashi, of course. Yeah, I mean, just Tanahashi and Nakamura trading the belt pretty much the entire time. That's pretty... 34 defenses, though, is insane, first of all. That's ridiculous. My God. I mean, no one should have 34 defenses. And it's just the same guys, like Kojima and Ishii and Nakamura. I hate this game. So please, someone make a better sim of just a booking simulation game. Please, somebody make a better one. This is Yoshihashi, an Arcano champion. 25 defenses, 20 defense. I just... Jesus Christ. His Hiroshima, junior champ, that's pretty based. Tiger Mask being a 7-time junior champ, that was pretty hilarious. I'm assuming that's because... Yeah, just... I mean, that's wild. Again, like 20-some defenses. What a cursed timeline. I just gotta stop looking at this. I'm just getting more and more upset looking at those champions. But the major stars, it's just Tanahashi, Liger, Nakamura. So guys that they've not really built up at all. Well, look at Steve, and yeah, it's just kind of who you'd expect. Like, you know, Chono. It looks like mostly retired guys there, but there's a couple like Kojima, Makabe, and Hanma. See any well-known people as far as that's cursed Shima though. As far as he's still been with New Japan here. At least Hiroshima's doing like pretty well for himself. It's wild that beside Hirasawa is like done pretty well for himself in New Japan. Iizuka, Yano. It's just wild. Kawada, New Japan, Yamato, and then Yujiro. Hey. Yeah, just New Japan cursed. Absolutely cursed. I'm assuming their top matches are just going to be, like, the same. Yeah, like a Nakamura, Tanahashi. Yeah. I mean, you're just going to see if it's Nakamura, Tanahashi, or Liger, and it's in the top. We'll look at All Japan for a bit. Wow, they only have $1 million. Whoa. All Japan might be on death's door here, it looks like. So yeah, I remember when Keiji Muda got caught with some toots and had to step down as Booker, and I think also as CEO. But Jaguar Yokota being the Booker, though, I remember that happening. That was like, oh, that's cool. Like a Joshi, like booking a top Japanese Pro Wrestling promotion. Big Daddy Voodoo, fucking. Oh my god, Big Vis. Hilarious. Take a look at who's the major stars. So Nozawa, which obviously we have. Osamu Nishimura. Suwama, and the Great Sasuke, another guy we have. So if we just exclusively signed Sasuke and Nozawa, they wouldn't have a prayer. Their top guys would be Suwama and Nishimura. And then we got as Hiroku Suzuki. That's wild. That she's just signed there as like a manager. Wonder who she's managing. And Joe Doring. Oh my god. What a man. What a timeline this is for All Japan. Whew. And Kenzo Suzuki. Yeah, Milano's the announcer. Minoru Tanaka, another guy we have. Taru. 50-year-old Taru. I mean, what a dumpster fire All Japan is. Jesus Christ. I guess that's what happens. I mean, we've kind of done this, though, mostly. This is our doing. Because, they had Sonata for a while in Manabu Soya. We stole them. Obviously, us never getting rid of Kento Miyahara, that kind of doesn't set up what happens with All Japan as far as the renaissance of that. We still have Shuji Shikawa, so there's no renaissance of that happening. And like, all their top guys are basically not there, but Suwama. Yuji Nagata, though, multiple-time Champion Carnival winner. It looks like they just, that was before the mod. Jimmy Yang, Junior Champ, Junior League Champion. El Samurai is the Junior Champ. Just a couple of decades off, there. Just about 20 years too late. Brother Yashi and Fuji Hayata Jr. There we go. Multiple-time tag run for them. Boy, Masafuchi getting a tag team title run in the year 2011 is not a good sign. Not a good sign at all for All Japan. man, I just kind of feel like we need to just put them out of their misery at this point. Because this is just sad. Yeah, they haven't even had a show above an 80. Oh, that's right, I forgot about Shingo was signed to him, too. Two guys that we have, Shingo and Ozawa, was 85. Yeah. Yeah, that's just... Yeah, they had Shingo, and that was it. And once we stole Shingo away, that's all she wrote for them. Can we... Okay, I figured they wouldn't, but figured maybe they'll just take a mercy killing. So after all that, we can finally go into the episode. As the Navigation with Breeze tour, it's here, and we have a couple of big matches for this tour. As the first big show, the Masao Memorial Show, main event, Kings of Wrestling versus Kenta and Shibata. That should be incredible. Then the Emerald Openweight title matchup, Tetsuya Naito versus Tomohiro Ishii in the co-main. The JTC Openweight 6-man tag team title matchup is Naomichi Marufuji, Go Shizaki, Mohamed Yan versus the Muscle Bombers. That should be a banger. Then Okada and Goto against Diamond Ring, as Okada and Goto in Diamond Ring, obviously Okada being the heavyweight champion. If Kensuke and Nakajima are able to get a pinfall on Okada, that could really build to a title match there for the Navigation of the Breeze show. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of, obviously having both the Masao Memorial show and the Navigation Breeze show, having, the two major shows this episode. Got a lot of building to do as well for kind of both those nights. It's Devitt and Sakuraba in a singles matchup. The Golden Lovers versus Shingo Takagi and Daisuke Harada. Could potentially see a Harada Kenny Omega match at the next, as far as the Navigation of the Breeze show there. And Kushida and Deguchi versus Pac and Tanasaki, Naoki Tanasaki, whoever wins that, takes on Speed Muscle at the Navigation of the Breeze show. And then to open up the show, an 8-man of LIJ and Strong Pills of Violence. That's going to be Daisuke Sakamoto, Shuji Shikawa, Goei Sato, and the Great Sasuke against, obviously, Sombra, Rush, Soya, and Sanada, which that's a pretty good opener. We do have 2 things pre-booked for each of the shows here, and we'll get it rolling. Get it rolling. As our 2 backstage incidents, or just 1 backstage incident, rather, excuse me, as Shingo Takagi was brought forward versus court, accusing Fang to pick up his share of the tab of the shared rental car. So the judge, Kazushi Sakuraba, found him, get the incidents of him to pay the full cost of reimbursed travel partners. Cool. Oh yeah, we'll just go Chubu here. Oh yeah, that's right, you don't even have to run the act anymore. This Bunzai Town Gymnasium works for me. So, we have an LIJ 6-man. I believe that's Naito with Harada and Shingo against Ishii, Omega, and Ibushi. And then the Junior Kings versus Sakuraba and Kushida. We'll probably have this be the main, as the Golden Lovers with Ishii will get the win, as Ibushi's going to beat Shingo. It's a very good match. Going 29 minutes, right before the minute mark of the time limit draw there. So fun. And then Kushida is going to beat Zack Sabre Jr. there in this tag match of Sakuraba and Kushida against Junior Kings. Of course, we'll have some Young Lion matches. It's Iwamato and Naoya Nomura against... we'll go with Alex Payne and Cedric. I always love this little team. It's always a fun little team to have. Cedric, I forgot to talk about this as far as Ring of Honor and PWG. I believe Cedric is the Ring of Honor champion. Yes, he is. He's also the Dragon Gate, the Freedom Gate champ. He's doing very well for himself in the States. Doing very, very well for himself. And then we'll have a singles match of Tetsuya Endo versus Kakanuma. Works for me. Kakanuma gonna get the win. Nice. We'll probably, we should probably maybe think about getting some more Young Lions. It's just a food for thought. We'll look and see. We might, because we might do like a Konosuke Takashita Dragon Kid match. Because Takashita, he's ready. He's just got to get out of the Young Lion phase. And I would love to be able to send him out somewhere just for a couple of shows. Not like a full-on excursion, but like just for like a couple of months. Just kind of send him out periodically. I don't think it'll happen though, because I don't think he'll have enough pop for people to take him, unfortunately. But we need to steal a show match. Have it be a tag. It's crazy that there's like not a lot of people here at this show. As we'll go with the Bucks against Keno. Yeah, we'll go Keno and Kento Miyahara. What a match! This match would be awesome. As we'll have Keno get the win. Nice. Well, I would say, it just looks like we just don't really have a lot of people. I guess I'm just used to the New Japan save. We have literally hundreds of people. Let's run the show here. 40. It's Kakanuma's the shits. 54 for Iwamata and Nomura against Alex Payne and Cedric Alexander. Yeah, we really need to give Cedric Alexander and Alex Payne wins over, like, Kakanuma, just to kind of get them out of here. It's a 60 for Dragon Kid and Konosuke Takashita. That's an awesome match, though. It's Dragon Kid getting the win in 1030 with Ultra Hurricane Rana. That's be a unique little match because they're so different, but I think Konosuke Takashita would be a great base for them. We'll see, though. Well, actually, we'll never see because I don't think that match will ever happen, but that might just be a fun what-if there. But the Bucks against Keno and Kento Miyahara, as Keno with a high right head kick. Actually did pretty well for themselves, the Young Bucks. They just got to get some wins there, and they'll be set here in Noah. It's weird because we have them in so many saves. It seems like, and like I'm a good, as far as like I think they are a good talent, and I think they're one of the better teams obviously in the world. But I'm like a crazy fan of them, so it's just weird that we keep having them in saves. 79 for the Junior Kings against Sakuraba and Kushida. It's Kushida with the Kushida lock at 24-18. Good little match there. Everybody did pretty well. Sakuraba's the worst guy though, so I'm glad he wasn't involved in the finish. And a 79 here for the 6-man. Sabushi's injury kind of hurt him. Didn't really sell. Ishii was off his game too, but Omega, best guy in the match by far. 92, he's killing it. Sabushi with the Golden Star Press over Shintakagi in 28 minutes. And 77. We'll take it. It's on to day 2 we go. Alrighty, day 2. As we're going to have Daisuke and Ishikawa against Soya and Sanada, and the Muscle Bombers against Go and Marufuji, which that's... Because I think that's not Yuji Hino and Morishima. Might be Morishima and Volter, but I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll have this be... no, I was thinking have that be a Kanto. That's probably a bad call. A bad call there. As, I'm trying to think. So, yeah, this is 2,300. We might see a 2,400. There's a 500. There it is. I was figured you just gotta kind of look for it. So I am curious to see. So I think this is the draw. Yeah, this is the 30-minute draw. So that's obviously the main. They have, traded matches as far as wins and losses between the two, but they never had a draw. So I felt like that was a good time to do that. And then Soya will be beating Shuji Shikawa there in the co-main. That's a very good main and co-main, though. I'm jealous. Jealous for sure. As, yeah, I think having Cedric beat, like, Ogawa or, like, Kakanuma, like, I think that's... Where the hell is Kakanuma now? Is he... I feel like we're losing more and more people. Oh, he's working for New Japan. It's weird. Weird. Let's go with a tag. Let's go with Kanemaru and Taichi. They've been a very good junior team. They're just kind of stuck in a shitty spot. So to try to get them out of that, we'll have them beat up on some teams here. We'll go Takashita and Endo first, which they haven't had a match in about 6 months. So we'll have Taichi get a win. My boy Taichi can't be losing like this. He can't be. And we'll have... where the hell is... Yeah, no more. So, I feel like people are just dropping off like flies. Did something happen? Somebody get hurt? I'm so confused at what's going on. Huh. Yeah, there he is. It should be below Marufuji. He's just not there. That's so weird. Because Koji Yamada's there. Well, I guess we'll just use him. Yeah, we'll do... I was thinking maybe Aoki in Koji Yamato. Nice. Next matches, I mean, we're just running paper thin here. So we'll go with Sasuke and Yoshitone against Ishimori and Kotori Suzuki. So we'll have this be still a show, I guess. So we'll have Kotori Suzuki beat Sasuke. I think this is, I think they have pretty good chemistry as far as, maybe not pretty good chemistry, but at least, like, good enough chemistry to where this won't suck. Or, not negative chemistry, I guess, for Suzuki and Ishimori. The only Titan No Mercy union, which is just hilarious, because, obviously, No Mercy hasn't been a thing in a couple of years. We should probably just change that name. As far as, Suzuki... Oh, that's why I give it trying to type in the dark. There we go. Perfect. If we can even get like enough people for a 6-man, it's just so weird. Like, Okada's not here. I don't understand. Where's everyone at? Oh, I bet I know what it is. Yep. Set the lightweight. What an idiot. What a buffoon. I knew something was up. I was like, we're doing something weird. Doing something weird. It's, yeah, we'll go with Suzuki-gun here. Suzuki, Sugiura. Yeah, we'll go with Takayama, too. Yeah, we'll go, Jun Akiyama, Mohamed Yan, and, Takeo Mori. Just the old guard with Mohamed Yan. Yeah, like 10 minutes. So we'll have Sugiura beat Omori. There we go. Oh, Akiyama's the road agent. Alright. Day 2. 50 for the openers. Tsuchioki beating Koji Yamato. The assault point in 9:52. 59 for Takashita and Endo against Kanemaru and Taichi. Takashita almost did better than Kanemaru and Taichi. Fantastic. 56 for Mohamed Yan. Jun Akiyama and Takeo Mori against Suzuki-gun as Suzuki, Sugiura, and Yoshihiro Takayama as Sugiura with the modified Olympic Slam in 9 minutes. Not a bad little match. 57 for Ishimori and Suzuki as Ishimori breaks his ribs. How fun. Best guy of the match, and he gets hurt. Suzuki with the Blue Destiny, though. So 80 for Daisuke and Ishikawa against Sanada and Soya, as Soya pinning Ishikawa just before 28 minutes. Good little match. Ishikawa, second best guy in the match, though. Better than Daisuke Sakamoto. Crazy. Another 80 here for the time limit draw. It's Muscle Bombers against Go and Marufuji. Everybody's really, really good, but Yuji Hino. Thanks a lot, Yuji Hino. Nah, he did just fine. Hell yeah. So yeah, we just, I believe it's a 6-day tour until the Masao Amora show and then the Navigation of 3 shows, I believe. So we'll see how that plays out. So we should just have 4 more tour shows and then the 2 major shows left. Alright, day 3 as, hopefully Ishimori's able to wrestle. Didn't really check that before we went to this show. It's Mohamed Yan and Ishimori are supposed to take on Falter and Minoru Tanaka, and then Money Mayhem and Diamond Ring in a 6-man. We will see if we'll be able to do that. There we go. Tommy Sports Center. Perfect. Works out. With the broken ribs, I mean, he might be out. He might be able to work through them. Gonna work through them. What a savage. A absolute savage, that one. So we'll add this match first, even though it's definitely not going to be the main. Probably even shouldn't be the co-main. It's probably going to be like the third match on the card. As the fourth match on the card, rather. Ishimori is going to beat him, Minoru Tanaka, though. And this will probably be the main, though, as Okada, Goto, and Ishii of Money Man are going to beat Diamond Ring, as Goto's going to beat Kento Miyahara in 25 minutes there. As, we're going to have the Young Bucks here. They're going to get a win over a Suzuki-gun Junior team, as it's going to be Kanemaru and Kakenuma, but hopefully this isn't the one that has terrible chemistry. It is. Never mind. As, we'll go with Taichi, I guess, and Kakenuma. Oh, nope. And Kakenuma. There we go. So I'll have the Bucks win. It's Nick over Kakenuma. Because, I mean, we're over him. You know, we don't need him. It's fine by me. Fine by me. So now we can finally have Naoya Nomura open up the show. We're wanting to do that for a while now. As booked. Let's have Yuji Hino get a win here. Maybe I'll need a clobber someone around. Get him into the right headspace. So I don't think we've had Iwamato and Endo team. I just kind of want to see what would happen. Yeah, we'll have them face Aoki and Suzuki, just in case it does not go well. Yeah, we'll have Kotaro Suzuki get a win. And we'll do another tag. I feel like, obviously, we got a lot of tags to go through. Maybe an 8-man. Maybe a little Live Strong, Die Hard. Red Dragon teaming. Yeah, then, well, trying to think who we could use here for this Steal the Show match. I was hoping it'd be a co-main that could work as a Steal the Show match, but, you know, we might do Kushida Taguchi. And then we're going to have Pac and Tanasaki. So we'll split it up. We'll have Live Strong Die Hard team with Pac and Tanasaki. And then we'll have Kushida and Taguchi team with... I was thinking Alex Payne and Cedric Alexander. I think we'll do. Or even Los Perros de Mal, maybe. Or yeah, we'll just do Cedric and Alex Payne. Yeah, like 11 minutes. As, we'll have Naoki Tanasaki beat Alex Payne, unfortunately. As, yeah, but fun little match, though, hopefully. We'll see how it does in the co-main. Should be fine, it's a tour show. It's no big deal. 43, though, for Yuji Hino and Naoya Nomura. They do not click. Nice to find that out. Oof. 57, though, for Endo and Iwamato against Kotaro Suzuki and Atsushi Aoki. It's Blue Destiny there for Kotaro Suzuki. Big tour for him. A couple of wins. 56 for the Young Bucks against Kakenuma and Taichi. I mean, Kakenuma's so fucking bad. A lot of it's to his momentum and stuff, but I'm just over it. Absolutely over it. Say 63 for Mamayan and Ishimori against Volter and Minoru Tanaka. Is Ishimori at the Hemocilio. Yeah, I mean, the big toll, going through working with that injury. But Volter and Tanaka, excellent chemistry. Sometimes you just strike gold. 69 for Peck, Naoki Tanasaki, and Livestrong Die Hard against Kushida, Taguchi, Cedric Alexander, and Alex Payne. As Naoki Tanasaki with a Casanova. Good little match. Alex Payne just the worst guy in the match, so I'm glad he took the finish. And an 83 for the main event of Money Mayhem against Diamond Ring is Goto getting the win rather with the submission over Kento Miyahara. So 93 for Okada, 83 for Ishii. I mean, the heavyweight champ and the GHC World Openweight champion have just been fantastic so far. Nice little night there. We needed that show. As, on to day 4 we go. Alrighty, day 4. It's Backstage Incident. Yoshinari Ogawa, Kazushi Sakuraba's. Ogawa was brought before wrestler's court, accusing the failing to pick up a share of the tab on the shared rental cars. Sakuraba found him guilty and sentenced to pay the full cost and reimburse travel partners. I forgot Kakanuma is, this is his last tour with us. I'm glad we've been jobbing him out. That worked out pretty well, because I was just like, I'm surprised he hasn't put in his notice after that recording. And I was like, oh, I see. He has this type of thing. But our 2 matches we have pre-booked, Marufuji and Marmon against the Muscle Bombers, 2, which is Falter and Yuji Hino, and then Naito and Harada against Ishii and Keisuke Ishii. So a little Ishii. That's a tough one to call. This is a pretty good match, but I think it should be the co-main, as Harada's going to beat Keisuke Ishii. And then the main, Marufuji Marmon against Yuji Hino and Falter, as Marufuji's going to beat Yuji Hino there in 20 minutes. Not a crazy main and co-main, but not a bad co-main and main at the same time. So, yeah, I mean, Takashita, I mean, he's ready to go. He's just, the experience is not there yet. But it's almost been 2 years. I would love to be able to send them away, but obviously, I can't for a short amount of time. We might send him away for a year, but even then, I think that just won't be necessary. We might send him away this tour, though. We might have his little send-off match. He is kicking off the Navigation with Marie show. We might just have that be his farewell show before Excursion. Yeah, we'll have him, we're gonna have him beat Kakanuma. Crowd's gonna hate it, but fuck him. Can you imagine? I mean, they would be fucking irate at this, though. Yeah. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. As, trying to think. I think of Perros de Mal, de Apon, against, Aoki and Suzuki, since they've been getting a lot of wins. So we'll have Super Crazy get a win. Shout out Super Crazy. He's the man. And, then we'll just kind of fill up the undercard with some bullshit. Let's go with a Suzuki Sujiura. Teaming. As, yeah, I forgot Kobashi's back. We can have Kobashi and Jun Akiyama. Sick. Burning's back. Yeah, we'll have Kobashi get a win now. He's gonna beat Suzuki. I'm sure they'll love that. Sick, he needs a win. Just Kenta Kobashi, for God's sake. I mean, he's gotta beat somebody. We'll have a singles match, though, as, trying to think if we should do Indo, or should have, even Ogawa, even, maybe. Yeah, let's have Ogawa lose to Cedric Alexander. Nothing like a 1-2 punch of Ogawa losing to Cedric Alexander and having a young lion beat a 29-year-old Kakanuma. It's just so funny. Alright, let's run the show. I mean, listen, sure, did the fans hate it? Yeah, but it was a 52. Could have been a lot worse. 50 for Cedric Alexander and Yoshinari Ogawa. It's the lumbar check. Imagine Ogawa taking a lumbar check. He'd be turned into powder. Yeah, I mean, wrong team won for sure here, but Geno Kobashi needed a win. And he busted out a burning hammer. obviously would not bust out at Burning Hammer on a tour show. As Super Crazy with the trifecta in 9:43. As Nozawa, best guy in the match, followed by Oki, then Crazy and Kotoritsugu. Obviously, some great chemistry there from Crazy and Nozawa. 81 though from Naito and Harada against Ishii and Ishii, as Keisuke Ishii taking a Harada pistol in 1944. Good match. Everybody did pretty well, but Keisuke Ishii. Another 81 for Walter and Hino against Marufuji and Yan, as Marufuji best guy in the match, then Hino, Walter, Mama Yan. The pole shift, though, on Yuji Hino in 1946. 79 there. Not bad at all. So now we got days 5 and 6 to go, and then we'll be at the final shows. Alright, day 5, as we got a Hero, Zack Sabre Jr., Kushida, Kenta match, which that's sick, and a Diamond Ring Money and Mayhem match. I think that's a tag, as Sakuraba passing on microphone work to Takashita and to Endo. Hell yeah. As, let's see. Here? Yeah, we'll go here. Hey, that works. Unless there's a sometimes you just gotta, yeah, there's a 2,400. Every little bit counts. I mean, we're paying the same amount of money, yeah, so we might as well get that extra 100 fans in. It's obviously the main Hero and Zack against Kenta and Kushida. It's Kenta beating Zack Sabre Jr. Good win there. For Kushida, then... Oh, it's a 6-man. It is Diamond Ring versus Money Mayhem, and a 6-man is Ishii gonna beat Keno. It's a big tour for Ishii here. He's had a couple of big-time matches. Not sure why we did this to be... Oh, no, I know why. Yeah, because we're doing... Because I was thinking Ishii being involved in it, but yeah, he's got the match with Naito still. Obviously. As far as, what I like to see, maybe the undercard, maybe do a, as far as Takashita, we might do a big-ass 8-man of the Young Lions against... the junior team of, well, we might not even have enough for this, now I'm thinking about it, but we'll see what we got. Against, yeah, because I think there's 4 of them. We'll go Kakanuma. If he hasn't, turned in his notice, which he might have after that last, match. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, he's gone, so... We'll just have it be, yeah, we'll keep it. Now we have to do that all over again. It's Takashita and Endo. Nomura. So we'll go with Suzuki-gun, Norisuke, and Takashi Sujora. So we'll have Suzuki get some revenge. And he'd, cut a promo. We can't have that weak trash in Suzuki-gun. Suzuki-gun used to be a name that was, feared, and now it's a laughing stock of pro wrestling. No, we're going to change that. We're going to get some revenge. They can't, put the name of Suzuki-gun in the mud. Just get a little revenge there, basically, is the idea. I mean, it sucks about Rush and Sombra because, especially Sombra, I think Sombra could obviously be, he's awesome, but he's kind of in a weird spot where, we could have him team with, Harada, but at the same time, I just don't think it's really, we'll try it. It doesn't hurt to try. To help get him over. And we'll go Sasuke and Yoshitone. Should be a fun match, though. As we'll have Sombra beat Yoshitone. Thought about having beaten Sasuke, to be honest, maybe. I don't know, yeah, Sasuke could probably use some wins, to be honest. We'll have Yoshitone just take the fall there. At least Yoshitone's gonna put him over, no problem. What a pal. Go with a tag. Let's go Twin Towers here. Ishikawa and Sato. We'll go... Yeah, we'll go June and Takeo Mori. As we'll have Takeo Mori take the fall. It's cool. Sato going to get a win. Feel like that's rare to see. In the last match here, we'll give it a singles match actually. As yeah, a little Dragon Kid appearance maybe. Actually, no, let's have Kobashi. Yeah, it's Kobashi's gonna beat Ogawa. Is what this is gonna come down to. Like 10 minutes. It's not gonna be great, but it gets those guys on the card. That's all that you can really ask for at the end of the day. There we go. It's 56 for the opener. 8-man here. Suzuki-gun beating the Young Lions. I mean, Takashita was pretty good for himself with a 54. 42 for Ogawa and Kobashi. Yeah, this probably should have just kicked off the show. Cooled the crowd a little. Sasuke breaks his jaw. That's tough. Yeah, I mean, injury hurts that one a little bit. But Sombra, though, getting the win. And 9:49, he did get a 50. Nice stuff there. Daisuke Harada looking excellent out there. Way to go, Daisuke Harada. 69 for the Twin Towers of Violence against Jun Akiyama and Takeo Mori. It's the high-angle German suplex for Kohei Sato. Nice little win there. 78 for Diamond Ring and Money and Mayhem. Keisuke Ishii again. Not great, but Ishii beating Kendo with the Brainbuster, though. That's nice to see. And an 82 for a main of Hiro and Zack against Kento Kushida as Kento would go to sleep over Zack Sabre Jr. Good stuff. Good stuff there. Hell yeah. So our final tour show, day 6. Here we go. Alrighty. As, let's see if we're going to run this show. If we can run it somewhere. Yeah, I guess we'll just run it. Not there. Hey, there's actually a place we can run this at. Perfect. There's got to be 1,500 seat. Yeah, there we go. So we don't really have a lot of like a main event. We have Junior King's matchup against Kushida and Taguchi, which that'll probably be the co-main, and then this Steal the Show match of Red Dragon with Alex Payne against Los Perros de Mal de Apom. So we'll go with the Junior King's Kushida Taguchi match first, as Zach's going to get the win over Taguchi. Then Payne and Red Dragon against Perros de Mal de Apom. Alex Payne's going to beat Ricky Marvin there. Nice little match there. So obviously we don't want anyone getting hurt. So I'm a little weary of booking someone that's in the main. Or any really type of big important match for this next night. So that leaves like guys like Keno and Miyahara. That leaves potentially like a Sonata matchup there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different kind of scenarios. Maybe a speed muscle match. A nice little speed muscle sighting, not a bad option. It's just, we got a lot of different options, really. Got a lot of different options. We'll go with a tag. It seems like tags are just the way to go for us. I'm just kind of, we'll just take a look and see. Yeah, so Morishima has not really been used a whole lot, so maybe him and Walter. So we could go with, yeah, let's go with Go and Muhammad Yan, since we kind of did something along these lines. You know, a fresh match, and I really want to give this one to Walter here over Muhammad Yan, but Muhammad Yan could use a win, and yeah, just sorry, Walter. Sorry. I think that's a pretty good main. Hopefully nobody gets hurt in that one. That would be unfortunate. As well, I have 2 singles matches on the other card. So I have Iwamata with 1, as he will be losing to Keisuke Ishii. Get him a nice little win, since he's been kind of losing it a little bit. Last match was in November. That's crazy, of 2013. It's almost 2 years. So they've had a singles match. And we'll have the other one be to Tetsuya Endo, as Endo will be losing to... So I got Naruki Doi we could use, Yoshihino. Just trying to think of people that haven't really been used. Eddie Edwards isn't a bad call. Dragon Kid, not a bad call either. Yeah, we'll go with a Dragon Kid Endo match. Another fun match I'd love to see. It's funny because we did, obviously, Takashita and Dragon Kid, but obviously it's the first time meeting for Kid and Endo in the mod. And then we can do another tag. I want to do a heavyweight tag, since we have, like, 2 junior matches kind of back-to-back there in slots 4 and 5 on the card. So maybe a Suzuki, Aoki, since they've been very good. Oh, no, there's Kakanuma. He must have had a New Japan taping. So yeah, but since Kakanuma's here, do him and Kanemaru. Oh, that's right. They have terrible chemistry. Daichi and Kakanuma. Against... Yeah, we'll go with the Bucks. The Bucks. We've done this now. I mean, how many times? Literally, almost, once... Yeah, we did this day 3, that's right. Oh my god, what an idiot. As, we might just do a singles. Kakanuma versus, we technically wrote him off, and we didn't book the angle, because I was just like, let's get through this show. So I guess we just won't use him. It's fine. It's no big deal. So we'll go with Taniguchi against... Yeah, Sujiura. I mean, this is a fun match, though. They beat the shit out of each other. This is Japanese pro wrestling at its purest core of as far as like what Noah's really all about. Beefy boys beating the shit out of each other. All right, let's run day 6 here. 52 for Keisuke Ishii and Koji Yamamoto. Heel kick there. 10:25. Another 52. Dragon Kid beating Endo with the Ultra Hurricane Run in 9:33. A 58 for Sujiura and Taniguchi. Modified Olympic Slam there in 9 minutes. A 70 for the Alex Payne Red Dragon Battles de Baldeapel matchup. The sweet spot for Alex Payne there. So he did pretty well for himself. Ricky Marvin outperformed him though, but that's okay. 81 for the Junior Kings versus Kushida and Taguchi. Yeah, I mean, it definitely had... Could have been just the main, if we wanted to just run with it, because they definitely proved it, that they could do that, but opted not to. Probably should have there, didn't do as well. Kanuku Buster for Mamayan against Volta. Yep, should have Volta beat him. I knew it. I fucking knew it. 77, though, for the match. Or for the show. Not bad at all. Had a bad show to end out on for the tour. It's now on to the Masao Memorial show. Then we got, obviously, the Navigation of the Breeze show, which after the Masao Memorial show, we'll run through the card for the Navigation of the Breeze, and obviously run that show. So yeah, we're at the home stretch here. Alrighty. As the Masao Memorial show, we got Tokyo Dome. As the Wrestle Universe show. Not bad. As for this, I mean, it should be a pretty good night. So yeah, we have ran the Nagoya Dome in the past. I think we're going to go back to Kanto, though, for this one. I think it just makes sense to run Tokyo here. Because we should be fine by the time we get to the Navigation of the Breeze show. To where we can run somewhere that's not in Kanto. So yeah, I guess that's just probably going to leave the Tokyo Dome. Since this mod... One day... Wow, we'll actually sell it out. That's... Or close to a sellout. That's fucking crazy. Cause I'm just... Yeah, I mean, then we'll have the National Stadium left to run. That is wild. So, obviously the main event. Kings of Wrestling, Kenta and Shibata. What a card this will be, and what a match this will be as the main. As Shibata and Kenta retain. And that's going 38 minutes. So that's a good time for that one, I think. And as far as in the past between these two teams, I didn't really talk about that. We'll go through that. They've never had a tag match against each other. So first time meeting, I think that's a great match to have. That was the main for sure. Then Naito and Ishii Poor Tomarishi fallen to Tetsuya Naito here. I think this is the right decision. Yeah, with the GTM World Openweight title, we kind of talked about how it's it's crazy as far as it being a belt that's been around for now 2 years. I think as far as having guys that have both won the heavyweight title and the GTM World Openweight title, there's only been one guy, and that's Marufuji. So it's been a while. It was kind of established as like the secondary belt. I think it's done a good job elevating talent that just are not going to be at that heavyweight level. So I think to go back to some guys that were at that top of the mountain, I think that's a perfect opportunity to do that with that match. Then the GT Emerald Openweight 6-man title matchup. Oh, it's right here. It's Brave versus the Muscle Bombers. A title change here. They had the belts for what? 2 weeks? Almost 3 weeks. Had one defense. I think it's time, though. I think it's time for the change. Gets Brave. I mean, they just dropped the tag belts, but to have them and Muhammad Yan, I think that just works out. And Go's going to beat Walter, which we're going to change that. We're going to have Morishima lose to Go Shizaki. To make that a big deal. Then Okada and Goto against Kensuke. As Kensuke's going to beat Goto and kind of afterwards have a promo of saying, for last year at the Navigation of the Breeze, he failed at being the heavyweight champion for the second time in his career. But he's not going to fail a second time, and he's going to beat Okada for the heavyweight title. Navigation of the Breeze, just kind of saying also, just like, I'm going to be the heavyweight champion at 50 years old. Like, that's his plan. So he's going to win the belt. It sucks that he divorced Kira Kuda, though. I forgot that happened during the save. Fucking save's cursed. It's cursed. Cursed. That didn't mean it. Ad match as the pre-booked. Golden Lovers, Shingo, Harada. Harada's going to beat Omega, so that's going to lead to the junior title matchup between the two at Navigation of the Breeze. Then Devitt in Sakuraba, which Devitt's going to beat Sakuraba. I think that just makes sense. Then Kushida and Taguchi. It's Pac and Tanasaki, which Pac and Tanasaki will win. And that means they'll take on Speed Muscle at Navigation of the Breeze. And to open up the show, Strong Pills of Violence, Los Ingobernables de Opona Soya is going to beat Koei Sato. Yeah, I just feel like that makes sense, And it sucks about the broken jaw, though. We do need a Steal the Show match, which I just now realized. So we'll have that be this. So we'll have it be All Out and Steal the Show. And we gotta change the length. Yeah. Just change to 3. Perfect. Oh, we gotta change. Hayabusa's given too much. I'm assuming he's got the main or the co-main. He's got the main. Yeah, give that to Kobashi. So, pre-show. We'll go with a 6-man. So we do have, there's a good bit of names here that we can use. Trying to really, as far as maybe probably Suzuki-gun, or Suzuki, Sujiwara, and Taichi. So 2 heavyweights and a junior guy. We'll go with, I'm trying to think who would be the best course of action for this. Yeah, we'll probably go Takamori, Jun Akiyama, then Ogawa. So we'll have Taichi beat Ogawa. And the next one will have to be a single, since we only have 2 singles matches on this entire card. And we'll have Kakanuma lose to Cedric could use it. Yoshito could use it. There's a lot of guys that could use it. We'll go with, maybe even one of the Bucks. We'll just go with Yoshito. No, I love Yoshito. He's someone that was just on the fringe, of that junior division, and I love the junior division that we have. It's just unfortunate. Just unfortunate timing, really, more than anything. Forgot to hit that as a pre-show matchup. As, yeah, we'll go with Kensuke. It's promo while we're here since we've been kind of selling out on not adding them. Just to kind of get this out. Because, fortunately, I now think this is going to be delayed because a lunch that I thought was just going to be like 2 hours turned into a 5-hour ordeal. So I didn't get home till about 7. And just like, oh shit, I don't think it's going to get out in time. So, yeah, that sucks, but it was worth it. That was some great food. As we'll go with Okada. Plus, it makes the missus happy. So happy. What is it? Happy wife, happy life. The old adage. Promo saying this as saying he will not make the same same mistake twice. Right. We won't have it be right off openers. It would just be Kensuke's promo. There we go. Yeah, it's on the show. 64 for the first 2 pre-show matches. Yoshitone getting the win, though, with the Koromogawa in 940. 61 for Jun Akiyama, Takeo Mori, and Yoshinari Aragawa against Suzuki-gun as Taichi beating Takeo Mori with the Black Mephisto there. Is the right decision. I hear our little kittens trying to knock something off in the distance. I'm sure that got picked up on the audio as Strong Pills of Violence beating, or rather losing, to Los Ingobernables de Japón as Soya beating Koei Sato. Yeah, Sasuke's injury sucks. A little too short, obviously, but yeah, I mean, Ishikawa was great. Daisuke delivered. Sonata delivered. And a lot of guys delivered. Good little match. Besides Sasuke, but, yeah, he's hurt. 78, though, for Kushida and Taguchi against Pac and Tanasaki. And I do love this Pac Tanasaki team, and it's always nice to give them some bones thrown their way. It's Pac over Taguchi with a 630. And 89 for Devitt against Sakuraba. Bloody Sunday for Devitt in 21 minutes. Good win for Devitt. Nice little bounce back for him. At 91 for the Golden Lovers against Shingo and Harada, as Harada beating Omega. Golden Lovers are a great fucking team, as we all know. And, I mean, that's just, what a tag match. Everybody in the match did tremendous, but Harada, and even a 75 being the worst guy in the match, is not bad at all. So, Okada and Goto against Kensuke Sasaki and Katsuhiko Nakajima. As the King Buster. Yeah, I think Kensuke's starting to hit that wall of, nope. He just, there's a lack of selling, I guess. Just wasn't really hitting on all cylinders. Promo did pretty well, though. 73. That's not bad. 83, though, for Brave Muscle Bombers GHC Openweight 6-man tag team title matchup. It's Muhammad Yan, Marufuji, and Go beating the Muscle Bombers. And it was the right decision as far as the best team. I think the Muscle Bombers, they're in a great spot, but just kind of thinking maybe we add Minoru Tanaka to the group to make it a solid 4 instead of a trio, but we'll see, since we know Walter and him have some pretty good chemistry. To add a junior guy is Naito and Ishii. Get an 80 here as a Stardust press for Naito in 28-26. Lack of selling again. Or is it getting shot in the foot with these lack of sellings? But the main event is a 97 despite the lack of selling. Because fuck you. As the Kings of Wrestling outperform Shibata and Kenta. But they come up short as Kenta and Shibata make their first defense. Getting the win with the PK kick as Shibata over Chris Hero there. I love that match though. That was awesome. That was a nice main event to end out on for the Sal Memorial show, and sick. Yeah, just love to see it. Love to see it. As we'll give some love to Kenta. Give some love to Kensuke, because he's my guy. He's getting a hug. Fucking love Kensuke. Then Naito for the big win. Yeah, we're just trying to spread the wealth, because we know Hero and Claudio are doing well for themselves, so we're just trying to get Kenta back on track. So, we'll just hang around for a little bit. Lucha Underground fucking up 2015. That's a pretty great show name, I'm not gonna lie. As Lucha Underground's weird right now, because Dustin Rhodes is their champion, and also is the Trios champ. Him with the Bucks is just very funny. Getting his swole on. The swell on. That fucking dumbass Adam Ryland. As, the card looks like this. So the heavyweight title matchup, Kensuke versus Okada. Harada versus Omega for the junior title. Kings of Wrestling versus Laughter 7 and a 6-man here. Felt like that's a nice, since Sakuraba lost to Devitt, and then Laughter 7 of Shibata and Kenta beat Kings of Wrestling. Just feel like that's a natural match to do. Then Pac and Tanasaki against Speed Muscle in a junior heavyweight tag team title matchup. 6-man of Money Mayhem against Diamond Ring. So, a little Ishii, Goto, Keisuke Ishii against Ketsuke Nakajima, Kento Miyara, and Keno. Obviously, since we're doing Money Mayhem, Diamond Ring in the main, felt like we could have done that on this card as well. Then we're going to have Daisuke Sakamoto and Shuji Shikawa against Naito and Manabu Soya. Since Soya beat Koei Sato, just felt like that was a natural match to do. Red Dragon versus Los Perros de Mal de Japón. We'll see what happens. A little junior tag match going into the junior tag league that's about to come out, and then Takashida's farewell match going against Zack Sabre Jr. We'll send him on an excursion. We do have a relationship with WXW. I tried to get some with like AAA or CMLL, and they both declined. So we already have that relationship. So I think we'll send Takashita over to WXW, which I don't love it, but I think we'll take it. I think that will be what we do. I don't know. I'm also a little nervous because his contract's coming up, and I want to make sure that contract will not stop during the excursion, just to make sure that, well, it will stop though at the same time. It's weird. I don't know yet if that might be this. I'm getting cold feet about that. I just I feel like it's a good idea in theory, but in the way TW works, it doesn't really help him out at all. I feel like, because like if you book him on an excursion, or if you send him out on an excursion, they'll wrestle like 10 times during the year. He'll wrestle like 30 times for us. So it's kind of like a waste of an excursion, even though that's what Japanese pro wrestling is all about. But Adam Ryan doesn't give a shit about Japanese pro wrestling, so bada bing, bada boom. As, on to the Navigation of Bree show. Alrighty, the Navigation of Bree show. As, I'm surprised we haven't had any backstage incidents. So they still got it to the Tokyo Dome. It has been a week, so we'll see. 65,000. That ain't too bad. Yeah, the Osaka Dome, though, will probably... Well, I'm trying to think if that's a good idea or not. I think it is. We'll go with it. I know, we'll save it. And we'll save it, I guess. I'm just very torn. Very, very torn. Yeah. That will probably be the best case scenario. Can't run the Nagoya Dome, though. Yeah, let's do that. So hopefully it should be fine once we do the actual Junior Tag League, as, of course, Kensuke and Okada the main. Okada's gonna win. That will be his, I want to say that's his 4th defense, yep. Ties Naito. Then Harada and Omega. Omega keeps it going. Beating Harada. Then Kings of Wrestling versus Laughter 7. As Hero's going to beat Sakuraba. A little bounce back for the Kings of Wrestling there. Junior Tag of Pac and Tanasaki against Speed Muscle. Speed Muscle getting the win there. Then Money and Mayhem against Diamond Ring. Keno beating Kensuke Sasaki, or Keisuke Ishii. I did that again. Confusing the two with my dyslexic ass. And, I think we forgot. No, we got it. I think. No, we forgot it. As, we'll add that match later. The Daisuke Ishikawa against Naito and Manabu Soya match. But the Red Dragon, Perros de Mal de Japón, as this Steal the Show match is Los Perros de Mal de Japón getting the win going into the Junior Tag League. So they have traded matches back and forth. As far as Perros de Mal and Nozawa, they've now, as far as they're just one match behind going into the Tag League, they're making it 50%. And then Takashita and Endo, or Takashita and Zack Sabre Jr. rather. Zack's going to beat him in 10 minutes, which Takashita's unavailable to work. Broke his collarbone during Kaientai Dojo match. Well, that's just great. So that will now be... Let's take a look, see who... yeah, we'll go Urush. Roshan Zach. Just wanna check that out, so we're good on that. Yeah, just gotta add the tag of Daisuke Sakamoto and Shuji Ishikawa against Naito and Soya. As I will have Ishikawa beat Soya here. Hoping this is a good match, though. Hoping. Yeah, we're still good on time. And all that jazz. So go with pre-show match. We'll go with A singles for the one of them. Sombra versus Kakanuma. I think everyone knows how this is going to go. Kakanuma going to get the... Oh, no. Kakanuma's going to lose, rather. Nice. And the next one will have it be a tag. Let's go with Kobashi and Go, since Go's not on the card. Against... Fault. Nah. Let's not go with... Let's go with Shingo and Sanada. No, that's a little too good of a match. Trying to think... Yeah, we'll go with Suzuki and Tsuchiura. And so I'll have Kobashi beat Tsuchiura. Just want to make sure. Okay, we're good. So on the show, Navigation with Breeze. It's 76 for the first of the two pre-show matches. Probably should have this be on last of the pre-show matches, but that's okay. As Go gets Go and Kobashi get the win. As Kobashi with the burning lariat. 51 for Sombra and Kakanuma. They did about the same. Sombra with a slight advantage, though. 74 for Rush and Zack Sabre Jr. Zack and the one the Sabre Driver. Good win there for Zack. 80 for Red Dragon and Los Perros de Mal de Apon. Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly and Nozawa. Killing it. Nozawa driver for Nozawa over Bobby Fish. Right decision, though, to have them get the win. And 82 for Ishikawa and Sakamoto against Naito and Soya. Ishikawa with the Splash Mountain. Good shit. And 87 for Money Mayhem against Diamond Ring. Surprised this did as well as it did, considering Keisuke Ishii's involved. But not bad. It's Keno with the high right head kick over Keisuke Ishii. 92 for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup. I mean, what a match. Though, this is very much Dragon Gate. I mean, literally, 4 guys from Dragon Gate. Just having a junior match. It's Doi pinning Tanasaki with the Muscular Bomb in 20 minutes. A 91 for the 6-man. I'm surprised this did only a 91, as everybody did tremendous but Sakuraba. As Hero with the Death Blow over Sakuraba in 25 minutes. 84 for Omega Narada. So Omega with a second defense. Surprised that didn't do as well as I hoped it would, but that's okay. It's pretty great co-main, though. And then the 95 main is Okada with the Rainmaker in 32 minutes, beating Kensuke Sasaki in a hell of a main. We'll take it. Sell out the crowd, Nagoya, 95s, 94s, some great shit there. As Okada gonna get some love. Omega gonna get some love. And, yeah, I guess Masato Yoshino for his performance. And so that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for the Junior Heavyweight Tag League. Take care, everyone.